is being recorded.
Oh, cool.
I love that.
I do too. All right. And we're going to share my screen. Guys, can you see my screen? In the chat box?
I can see you.
All right, that's not good.
I can see the chat box and you.
Guys, can you see my screen
now?
now?
I can see.
Brilliant. And you can see my graffiti on the side.
Yep.
In the chat box, because I can't see it, how much do you reckon is represented by the Pac-Man? I want you to put your answer in the chat box. Let me know.
Is that the yellow part?
So the yellow part is the Pac-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I'll draw an eye on him. And how much does the purple part represent? And Kerry, if you could read out some of the students' responses, if we.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of 75, 80, 25, 3/4, 20.
All right,
we've got a bit of a range. So we need
range.
specific. So you're asking for the yellow part, yeah?
Yeah, the yellow part. So how much is the yellow part, guys?
So we're getting a lot of 75% or 80.
I love that a lot of the 75%. I reckon it's 75.
I don't know. That's a quarter. Nah.
No, I don't think it is either. You're right.
So we'd have to be able to estimate. So without actually using a protractor, I don't think we'd know the exact answer to that.
This would be yeah, that's true. This would be 75. It's a little bit more than 75. So the guys who said 80 or the girls, I think you're on the money.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. Right, we're going to move on. Okay, so our learning intentions are to be able to find the mode, the range of a data set. We're going to be able to convert fractions and decimals and percentages on a calculator. Can I get a show of hands, or say you've got a calculator in the chat box? And Kerry, can you let me know if some students have calculators? Because I can't.
Okay, I'm getting a note. Hang on, someone's sound's not working. Ava, can you try looking up the top for a drop-down box? All right. We would request that each week when you come to lessons, Hazel, can you turn off your video, please? When you come to the lessons, that you come with pen and paper, and calculator is often useful. Hazel, can you hear me? So I can see you on the screen. So we need to be able to.
Cool.
Thank you. Turn off your video. Thank you very much.
And guys, I would also request that when you're doing your work, it's a really good idea to do your work in an exercise book. In the chat box, do people have exercise books for maths at home?
We've got some yeses. Yes, 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 yes. So people have come. Yep, I think they've got this stuff.
Brilliant. So if you have it, please give yourself a pat.
Okay, you go get it.
And so at the end, we're going to construct a segmented bar graph. I'm going to be doing the more difficult one on the worksheet, which is it's a bar graph. Yeah, a segmented bar graph. And our success criteria today is to be able to calculate the mode and the range. Know the difference, know how, know how. To convert between fractions, percentages, and decimals. And we're going to start the first half of submission 2. Oh, sorry.
That's right. But we lost you. Rachel, you may have your mic on. Can you turn it off, please?
Thanks, Gary. Okay, so the revision from last week. So last week we looked at the mode. And I know some of people enrolled late and they've only just got their Mathletics logins. So just from memory, what is the mode? Is the mode. And Kerry, if any students,
I'm looking.
You're looking?
Yep, they all ran off to get pen and paper, Jacob.
Oh.
They're back now.
They're back. Okay, so when you come back, guys,
what's the mode?
What's the mode? What are we talking about when we mention the mode?
Bastian says it's the number that comes up the most.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Isaac says it's the favourite.
I like that as well.
Joshua says it's the most commonly occurring number. And Maddie says it's most occurring, sorry. And some people are looking at the top best heroes. So I think you need to.
That probably the heroes are probably a bit distracting.
Mm.
Minutes of 1993. All right. So mode is the most. So all of those people who said most, it's the most commonly occurring number. So in this case, this would be the mode because it's the highest amount. It has the most count. And it's one of the measures of center, which we'll be discussing in this module later this week. Oh, sorry, Carrie.
That's all right. Maddie's actually emphasised the MO of mode and the MO in most occurring. So it's a good way to remember.
Yeah, mode is the most.
Thank you.
And thank you for that pickup, Maddie. But anyway, later this module, we'll be looking at two other measures of center. You might already know them, you might not. One is the mean and the other one is the median. Okay, so looking at this tally table, what is the frequency for 1, guys? Carrie, you're going to have to read it out to me.
Yep. Oh, we've got some sevens.
Got some sevens.
We've got some sevens.
Frequency of 2.
Next, we have
Yep.
15. 15,
Brilliant.
15, 15.
Lots of 15s. That's what we want to see. Frequencies of 3.
11, 11, 11.
11, 11, 11. Oh, wait, I broke 111.
Get excited.
Oh, it's my bad. All right, guys. So what is the mode in this case?
We have answers of 2, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
2.
All
3,
right.
1. Lots of things. So
Got lots of things. Okay, so guys, the number in this case that occurred most often was 2. So if this was in a data set and not organized, would have how many ones? Would have 7 ones.
mm,
How many ones do I have already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I've got 5. I can't count. So 7, and then we'd have 15 twos.
and it would go on and on and on.
And it would go on and on and on and on. So in this case, the mode is 15. Oh, no, 15. Sorry, my bad. 2.
Mode is 2, yep. So even though 15 is the highest number, it represents 2 children in the family.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm surprised nobody said 15, so that was good.
I know, apart from me. All right, guys, the frequency of 5s. And this is in shoe size. So how many people have the shoe size of 5?
7s. Everyone's saying 7.
We've got 7s.
I think we've got this tally thing under control.
I think we do as well. 6 frequency, guys, quickly.
5s.
5s, good. 7s.
10s. They're on it.
And 8.
Size 8 is 8.
8 is 8. Okay, so guys, what is the mode in looking at this data set?
I'm seeing a run of 7s.
We're seeing a run of 7s. Oh yeah, I would totally agree with that. That's definitely the most occurring number. So the mode
So the
is
most popular shoe size is 7.
7.
I'm a size 7.
I'm a size 13.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, but like the bloke sizes different to ladies sizes.
yep.
Yeah. All right.
The fact that you're a foot taller than me too.
That is true. That is very true. All right. Looking at this example, what is the mode? Guys?
Okay.
So we don't have it organized nicely in a data frequency table.
Well, still in order though, so that's nice.
It is, yeah.
I'm getting a lot of 5s.
I would agree with that. So like 5 is definitely occurring the most.
Yep.
So we'll write mode equals 5.
Now D's a little bit trickier.
Yeah. For D, when I looked at this, I put it into a frequency table. But guys,
I'm getting a lot of 6s, so you just got to be careful. You've got to be disciplined, I suppose, to count them.
Yep.
A lot of 6s.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, you're right. I reckon the mode is 6. So we only have how many 4s? 3 4s?
2, 3, yep.
Yeah, and I think we only have 2 7s. So I would agree with you. The mode is 6.
Yep. Mode is probably the most obvious ones that kids see.
Yep.
It's the easiest measure of central tendency for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And can I get a show of hands? Who's confident with the mode? Or just say if you're confident. Put a C in the chat box. Do we have some C's, Kerry?
See, you've got a whole range of Cs, and
Brilliant.
hopefully,
Okay.
all right.
Okay. So, in week 1, and I know this is just a little bit of revision, we had some frequency tables without the tally marks. So, how many 21s do we have in this data set?
I'm sorry, Ava. I don't know how to help you because you can't see. Everyone's saying 6, by the way.
Yeah, we've only got 6.
Oh, sorry. I've got a 1. Hang on. I don't know why I've got a 1.
Okay. Because there's probably only one.
Oh, there's 121, but 21 would appear 6 times.
Yeah, so we'd have 6
All right.
21s.
Yep.
And how many 22s would we have, guys?
Lots of 11s.
Lots of 11s. Okay, so which number occurs the most?
And we're getting 11, 24, 24, 24.
All right. So in this case, we get 24 the most. Yeah. So if we had like a frequency table, if we had the tally table, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oops, you did a 6.
I did a 6. Oh, my bad. Thanks for that pickup. So we're up to 20. Now we need 4 more. So we'd have 24. I would have. Wait, I didn't even do this properly. My bad. I just did 24.
You did it 18 times.
We need an 8. Yeah. I know what I've done.
24 5 times, 24 10 times,
Thank you for doing
24
that.
15 times. There you go.
So we got 18. So we got 18 24s. All right. What about this frequency table, guys? Which would the mode be?
Yep, let's go straight to the answer.
And okay.
And someone's got their audio on. I'm seeing a lot of 13s.
And I would agree with you. The answer is 13.
I'm not
is
sure.
the mode.
Bastian, can you turn off your mic, please?
27. Okay, so guys, and this is an exit point. So if you need to do the work on the mode, it's in lesson 3. You can leave the class. You can work on the submission sheet if you need to practice doing your frequency tables. But we're going to move on from doing the mode and frequency tables. There is a recording of this lesson. So you can watch the next parts in your own time. All right. So the next thing we're going to be doing is the range. And the range is the difference of the largest number and the smallest number. So looking at these data sets, example 1, what is the largest number, guys?
I'm seeing 33.
33. So 33 is the largest. And I'll just put an L there.
It's also at the end. That was just by choice.
Yep. And guys,
not actually in order. And the lowest, I'm seeing, oh, I had a 2 and a 3 and a 2. 2s.
Yep, the 2 is the smallest. So remember, when I'm writing this in my book and I'm trying to learn the concept, I'll write out the formula. So range equals largest number minus the smallest. I do this for science. I do it for maths.
I always like to see it too. So I actually write 33 minus 2 equals 31. Because just telling me that it has a range of 31 doesn't really tell me what it's between. So, because maybe my data went between 100 and 131.
Yeah.
So we actually show what the largest and smallest is and then write the answer.
Yeah. So, which is why we get you to bring an exercise book. A good thing to do when you're watching the recording is write down the examples. Okay. So looking at B, guys. What is the largest number?
I'm getting a run of, 148. So I've got a 131 and a 128 in there. So people are quick to jump on.
Yeah, no, I would have jumped to 131 if I didn't see the 148. So that's the largest, and the smallest, guys.
Smallest is, I'm getting 55s.
Okay, 55. So remember, the range is the largest minus the smallest. And can someone in the chat box do it for me?
Not as quick this time.
Not as quick.
93s, 93s.
And I think we agree. It is 93.
So just for those of you who didn't pick up a calculator, thinking about how to subtract, the best way to subtract 55 from 48, take back your 48 and you need another 7. So I go all the way back to 93.
Okay, so I want some people to calculate the range before I do it on the board, if you're confident.
In example 3, yep.
Yep, in example 3, I promise I will do it on the board and go through the answer, but if you're confident, put down your answer. So have
The
a go.
entire answer. We want to know what the range is, please. Some people are just putting down what the highest is.
Yeah, so the range, not the highest.
Right, some answers are starting to come in.
Cool.
6.7 seems very popular, Jacob.
All right. So in this case, the largest number is 11.2, and the smallest number is 4.5. So our answer should be, Kerry.
Well, we're going to subtract 4 from 11.2, so I get 7.2, and then I'm going to subtract 0.5, so I'm going to get 6.7.
6.7. Brilliant. All right. Can I get lots of C's if you're confident? If you're not confident and you want to do some practice, this is on lesson.
Yeah, but it's okay to do it in your head. I fully expect people to be able to do a lot of this arithmetic. Yep, lots of C's.
Lots of C's. Okay, we're moving on. And there is a recording, so if you forget how to do this, you can refer back to the recording. Okay, so this is some fraction revision. This should be revision to a lot of you. If you've forgotten your fraction stuff or if you're scared of fractions, we're starting off very simply, okay?
C's was for confidence, Vincent. Lots of
C's. Yeah, C's were for confidence. So the first part we need to know is how many parts do we have in this shape? They're both rectangles, which is unfortunate. So how many parts do we have?
People are already jumping to your answer because I see lots of quarters.
It is a quarter. But how many parts, regardless?
So Jacob's asking you how many parts. Yeah, now I'm getting 4.
Yeah.
Four,
So
four.
this shape is broken up into 4 parts. Okay, how many parts are shaded?
1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1. Cool. So our answer is 1/4. I think we're good with this. How many
Okay.
parts is this shape broken up into?
Some say 3, some say 12, 12, half.
I think some people are giving the answer.
Yeah, some people, can listen to your question that you're asking. So I say 12 parts. Yeah.
It's definitely 12 parts because there's 3 parts here and there's 4 parts here. So it's 3 by 4 and we get 12. And how many parts are shaded, guys?
Lots of 6s.
Lots of 6s, and we can definitely simplify this into 1/2.
Yep.
I'm not going to be going in through simplifying today.
But I would remind students that whenever we work with fractions, we do like to leave them as simplest answers. And so it's just a matter of figuring out if there's factors that go into both.
There is. However, I do understand a lot of students aren't that confident with simplifying, and we will cover it, but we're just not going to cover it today.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so if you need to do your fraction stuff and you need practice, please have a go. This is in lesson 1 of the revision. And that'll reinforce the concept that we've just taught you if that was the first time you've seen it. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to be doing is converting fractions to decimals to percentages. You really, really need a calculator in this exercise. To convert a fraction from a decimal, we just do 2 divided by the bottom number. So it's the top number divided by the bottom number. And I want you to all have a go at this and put your answer into the box.
Okay, someone's saying, I've got a calculator. Let me think. I've got a 0.67.
Okay, so we've got 1.67. How many 0.67s do we have?
I don't have a calculator. We've got a 0.67.
So guys, if
Oh,
you
and then we've got a 0.666666667.
okay, cool.
And then we've got 0.66666666666 recurring.
I probably should have put like a.
Okay.
Oh, I love the recurring,
And
by
then,
the way.
and then sum's done to 3 decimal places. So what do we want here, Jacob?
I think we want I think 3 decimal places is good, yeah?
Okay, so you're actually talking about rounding.
Yeah.
So we want to have 3 decimal places in our answer.
Yeah.
So now I've got a 0.666 and somebody's got a 0.667.
Okay. So our answer would be 0.666666 reoccurring. We can write 0.666 reoccurring as 0.66 with a bar on top, or we could write it as 0.6 with a dot, or we could also round it to, and we want it to 3 decimal places, so it'd be 0.66 and 7. Cool. Guys, if you don't have your calculator, you can use your calculator on your computer. All right. To go from a decimal to percentage, we multiply it by 100%. And I'll put that note there.
Just while you're doing that, Jacob, some people are still saying 0.6666. So when we ask to round to 3 decimal places, it's important that you look to the 4th decimal place, the one to the right. And if it's a 5 or more, we have to round the one up before it. So being 0.6666, the 4th one is a 6, which means I need to round up the one before. Now, 2/3 is what I would consider a common fraction. It's one that I would like you to know. We're very common with things like halves, quarters, thirds, particularly because of cooking. So yeah, knowing that 2/3 is 0.6 recurring or 0.667 to 3 decimal places is a good thing to know.
It definitely is. It comes up all the time.
Yeah.
And it's quite all right to be not very confident with fractions. We're still developing and we're growing. And by the end of the year, Carrie and I honestly hope you'll be like experts.
We do.
Yeah. Okay. So our 0.667, we just need to multiply this by 100. So guys, with calculators, give me your answers. And if you don't have a calculator on you, you can use your computer calculator.
Or I would hope that some of you would already know the tricks to multiplying by 100.
Yeah.
And we're getting, I can see 667, 66.7%, 67%.
Okay. I would say
Got a bit of a range. I'm getting a lot of 66.7s.
I would say it's
Signs.
66.7
Percent.
percent. Thank you for the percent. I would have forgotten
Yeah,
that.
well, some of the students do. So when we ask for a percentage, you've got to put the percent on the end. Yep,
Yeah.
many of you are right. Well done.
Okay. So we'll
moving-
do the other two very quickly because we're running out of time.
Yep.
Guys, with your calculators, 47 divided by 50, what do we get?
Okay, Isaac's gone straight to 0.94, and I think there's a trick with this one.
There definitely is, if you want to give it to him.
Yeah, well, if I'm looking at 47 out of 50, I would use the equivalent fraction of 94 out of 100. It's the same.
Yeah.
And so therefore it's 0.94 because that's 94 hundredths. So some you'll be able to look at and see easily.
Yeah. So 0.94 multiplied
double
by
it.
100.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how I do it, Kakari.
Yeah.
0.9
Some people are still saying 0.94%. Don't forget when you're multiplying by 100, if you like, you're moving that decimal place. It doesn't really move. You're moving the number, but most of you would have been taught that you're moving the decimal place 2 places to the right. So we end up with 94%.
Yeah, 94%. And the last
I
one.
love the way you encourage everyone.
Oh, I like to see
nice.
that too. Okay, so 32 guys divided by 40, what do we get?
Oh, not so easy. With this one, I'm going to go 32 out of 40 is the same as 16 out of 20. And 20 into 100 goes 5, and 16 times 5 is 80. So I reckon it's 0.8.
Yeah, I was very used to this mark on my math tests, like when I was going through high school. Oh, wait.
Oh, you've put your percentage in your
I
decimal
have.
column. So
Thanks.
0.8. So if you were doing it on a calculator, it should tell you 0.8.
Yep.
But as I said, my little trick was to find an equivalent fraction that goes into 100. So I changed it to 16 out of 20. Which
Yeah.
I need to multiply both top and bottom by 5 to make it 80%.
Did you ever get 80% on your test, Kerry?
I'm sure I did if I didn't
Yeah.
study hard enough. No, I'm sure I did. I'm
Oh,
sure
it was
I
a
did.
chronic 80%.
When I was in year 12, my results were, I hit the wall in year 12. I'd
Yeah.
found it easy up until then, and then I found it very challenging.
Yeah, it's a lot of content there. I say
Most
0.8,
enjoyable.
0.8
Yes,
multiplied by 100.
Some people will find this easy, Isaac, and others will not. So we're there for everyone, and I say enjoy the easy bits while you can, because what we start off easy, there'll be times there where you might get a little bit confused on something
This is
as
a
well.
skill that you're going to use like right through your life. So we have to make sure you can all do it. So percentages come up all the time. Fractions don't always, but percentages all the time. Okay, so 0.8 multiplied by 100 gives us 80%. Right. So if you need practice, exit point, we're not going to do them. Start with lesson 1. And if you want to practice the skill, go now. And the last thing that we're going to touch on is the submission task. And how am I going for time?
It's 10:41. You've got at least 4 minutes.
At least 4 minutes. So I've got the solutions with me, so we won't.
Yes, you have to do all of A2 by Friday is the plan, Cooper.
Yes. So I'm just going to give you the answer to the first one. So the superpower.
See if you can get that finished, Vincent, and then move on to A2.
Yeah. Okay, so eventually when you're at home, you'll be going through the frequency table, and you should put a superpower to freeze time. By the way, does anybody want the superpower to freeze
That was
time?
freaky.
Carrie, would you like a superpower?
Sorry,
to
I was
freeze?
distracted by
It's okay.
the glare on my top. Should never wear stripes.
Yeah.
What am I looking at?
Freeze time. Would you ever accept that superpower to freeze
I
time?
don't know what I want.
Yeah. I think I would like invisibility. Okay, so the frequency is 6 as a fraction, because we've got 20 data pieces. It's 6 over 20. As a decimal, guys, can you put that into can you do that for me? Convert 6 over 20.
What's the trick? 6 out of 20 would be the same as, yes, Rachel, 3 out of 10. So it'd be 0.3, 3/10.
3/10. So 0.3. And 0.3 is a percentage, guys.
Times by 100. Move the decimal place 2 to the right.
And what do we get?
30%.
Awesome. And our divided bar graph is going to be 10 centimeters. So to get the size of freeze time, it'd be 0.3 multiplied by 10 centimeters. And what does that give us, guys?
Mic's off, please.
Mic's off. 0.3 multiplied by 10. What do we get?
Oak, you need to turn your mic off, please.
On.
They're saying 3 centimeters, please.
3 centimeters. Okay. So our divided bar graph has to be 10 centimeters big. And each of these squares is a centimeter, I hope. And we need to make sure it's 10 centimeters in length. So there's 1. And you're going to be using a ruler and not be freehanding it like me. 1, 2,
So Jacob's
3, 4,
doing his
5,
across.
6, 7.
You can also do
9,
it
10.
vertically.
Yes, you
Overall?
can definitely
Looks
do
like
it.
he's doing one that's 2 squares high. It doesn't matter as long as you're consistent.
Yep.
So I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. And
Close up my box and then go 1, 2, 3 of them.
yeah, free. So free for freezing time. We'll put down. Oh, we need a key as well.
Yeah. So you might have some sort of pattern
Right.
or shading
Yeah, there
or
we go.
color.
This represents freezing time.
Yeah, I know you don't. Exactly.
Please organize your key a little bit better than mine. Freezing time. And we need a title. So our divided bar graph is going to be superhero powers.
So we'd be asking the kids to be able to complete that one, given the time, Jacob? I think they can do it.
Yeah, I think they can. If you have troubles, please email your teacher and we can give
Yeah, I
some
think it's
more
Oak.
assistance.
Oak, could you check your mic, please?
All right. Guys, we're at the end of our...
Yes,
oh,
it
sorry,
is the
Carrie.
submission task, I think. Rachel asked, is this the submission task? And I say yes.
This is part of the submission task. Just an announcement that so you can start doing from this lesson, lesson 1, the revision lesson 1, and lesson 2. And if you want to have a go at doing the range stuff, that's in lesson 4.
Okay, so Wednesday's classes at the same time, and we'll be covering lessons 3 and 4.
We don't actually have a class on Wednesday, but we'll be doing it on Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's Connect Day or something.
It's Connect Day, and I really do want to do the STEM and Leaf stuff because it's a lot of fun. We're going to look at your favorite movies. Does anybody have favorite movies? I think Kerry's a big fan of the Transformer series.
No, Kerry's not.
And that Cats, man, she loved that Cats, and she was devastated it didn't get any Academy Awards.
No, I was a bit of a Rocky fan.
Bit of
Not
a-
at 75.
All right, guys, we're at the end of the lesson. If you could possibly rate our lesson out of 10 for helpfulness, and give us some constructive feedback. We give you constructive feedback.
I don't
so it's
know,
only
Oak.
fair.
Oh, it is now. Oak, you come up twice on my screen, and I don't know why. One is muted and one is not.
So we're at the
So-
end.
All right, can you contact us if you're having any problems? Some students will be involved in some support classes coming up, but we'll let you know.
We'll let you know. So guys, please rate our lesson out of 10. Let us know what we can improve. It's very helpful. And have a fantastic week. And it was lovely to get to see you again.
We'll see you, not Wednesday, next time. Thanks, everyone.
You're welcome. Bye.
I'm leaving.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You can turn on your microphone if you want to say hi to anyone.
Nicely.
Hello. Hi to anyone. Bye.
Hi to anyone.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. You leave
Bye.
when I turn it off, okay, guys?
I'm leaving.
Pause. Stop sharing.
Hello.
Hey.
Bye.
And your last time to say hi because I'm turning it off.
Bye. 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 Bye.